Warning, the following Gamefront update contains spoilers for the end of Mass Effect 3. Viewer discretion is advised.
Gamefront!
Update!
Gamefront!
Update! Gamefront update.
Yeah! Boom! Special outdoor episode! Wow. So,
How's it going?
Yeah.
Where are we?
We are at the Brea Tar Pits.
The beautiful Brea. Is beautiful the right word?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
sexy.
Sexy.
Sexy Brea Tar Pits.
Not sexy.
So you're, I'm not
Adorable.
prepared at all for the Gamefront update.
All right. Well, we're doing some special stuff in this episode. Obviously, we're outside. We're at the Brea Tar Pits. But we're just gonna start off by talking about what we've been playing the past couple days, past week. So, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
How is it?
I love it. I love it. I mean, it's, I would say the gameplay may not be anything spectacular. The graphics aren't fantastic, but you know what it's got?
Heart.
Spider-Man.
Oh.
And heart.
And heart.
And heart. And heart. I mean, the thing is it's hard to trust my judgment on anything because I'm so easily amused by things.
Call Juarez.
I loved Call of Juarez. Great, great storyline.
Duke Nukem Forever.
Duke Nukem Forever.
Wonderful graphics. Yeah, I mean, so don't judge it. I like Spider-Man. It's a completely different story than you'd expect from I mean, it's not the usual Spider-Man story. It's not even the ultimate Spider-Man story.
Yeah.
But it's a Spider-Man story, and that's all it takes for me.
How's the web sling? Because that's always the most important part.
You know, that part, there isn't as much web slinging as you'd think there would be. It's
Even
much
though
more
it's
like Batman Arkham Asylum for me. I haven't played the other Spider-Man games. I played Shattered Dimensions and loved it, but I didn't play like 1, 2, or 3. So I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of web slinging, but I am preferring the stealth maneuvers a little bit more. I love the stealth aspect. Yeah, it's awesome.
Huh.
Says me.
Says James Heaney, who likes Duke Nukem Forever and Call of Juarez.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You guys, we've all been playing Lego Batman too, so let's jump into that. What do you think, Zach?
It's adorable and fun.
Yeah.
I want to play with my little niece and nephews.
Well, I mean, you play with
Which practically, I
James.
guess I'm doing in a sense, in a weird way.
A full-grown toddler.
Yeah.
You've been playing it with a full-grown toddler, yes.
I kind of, you know, me and James started off the walkthrough for...
James and I.
Here, you can
There's
stab
gotta
him with
be
the
there's gotta be some violence in the
I don't even know the real grammatical rules on that, but I will
But
always
every
correct
time you always correct me. Me and James, or James and I, started off on Lego Batman 2, and I became a little bit jealous when it became YouTube because I really wanted to get back into it. I really like that they added voice acting and they added characters to, you know, the characters. Superman is hilarious.
Yeah, the whole game is hilarious. I really like their style of humor.
Yeah, Superman has become like this super smug, you know, do-gooder that just drives Batman crazy.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But yeah, what do you think of it, James?
I mean, I love it. I think it's a great game. It's got Spider-Man in it. It's got, oh wait, no, it's missing Spider-Man, but it's got a bunch of heroes. I like them. It's a good game. No, I like it. At first I thought the voices added to it were going to be, I didn't think I was going to like it, but it helped tell the story.
Yeah.
You know? And then I don't have to read so much. And God knows that hurts my brain. So, and then I think that's it. Dark Souls, I shaved my mustache.
Yeah.
Lost a bet. I can't get Mitch to take the bet on my sideburns.
I don't want to see you lose your sideburns, James. I would feel too bad. You already lost your mustache. We're just gonna go down the facial hair.
Next, it's gonna be armpits.
Eventually, you're gonna become bald. And
I was willing to. I was willing to go there if I
Would
lost
you?
the sideburns. Heck yeah. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get that bullet pen.
all right. And I've offered, and just so people know, I have offered the bullet pen for I've offered a trade. I said, James, if you give me that Quantum Conundrum shirt, I will give you the bullet pen.
I gave you the Quantum Conundrum shirt,
Yeah,
but
you
I don't
did.
take handouts.
And then I said, James, I will give you I feel so bad that, you know, you had to shave your mustache. I will give you this pen.
No, I'm
You
gonna
won't take
earn
it?
it. I'm gonna earn it. I'll
He's
find
too
a way
proud.
to earn it.
He's too proud.
So,
All right, well,
have we
that's...
reached the special moment?
I think we've reached a special moment.
Guys, we've got some special guests for you today. This is some of the writers from www.gamefront.com, and they're going to talk about the Mass Effect 3 ending with some other people that understand it. I haven't played them. I don't know anything about it. So I'm going to show you my excellent cinematography skills. This is great.
Right?
This is great.
Oh, am I moving over there, or are they moving over
No,
here?
you guys are just gonna tell. I'll tell you what. I'm skilled. I'll just line you guys up. Zach, get in there. You played
they're
the.
good.
You spent 30 minutes watching the endings today. You better get in this film, or it's wasted company time.
All right, so let's introduce everyone.
Hi, I'm Phil Hornshaw.
And
Ross Lincoln.
yeah, they are the two writers from Gamefront who have been pretty much all over Mass Effect endings since.
It's a labor of hate.
Yes. So why don't we just get right into it and talk about Phil? What did you think about the extended cut?
Yeah, the extended cut. I am happy there is an extended cut. It's about where it ends, I guess. It's better. It's better than what we had. No, let's be clear. BioWare put together a good set of cutscenes. It feels like the closure we needed. It feels professional. It feels like an ending to a game. Like what was not what shipped. So
Yeah.
So
I think
yeah,
I remember something you said in Campfire, which is the chat that all of the Gamefront people talk in, and you said that if this was the ending, they probably would not. It wouldn't be a great ending, but there wouldn't be a controversy.
Oh, certainly.
For it.
Nobody would have complained. I mean,
Yeah.
people would have complained, but it would have been like, okay, well, it sucks. Move on.
Yeah.
The problem with the original ending was that it was just so broken. There were so many things that were
It
left.
was super,
plot holes.
super cheap.
Right,
I mean,
yeah,
It looked
just-
like they had literally like mocked it up in Photoshop and then
It
just
just-
like crammed it into the game at the last minute.
It
was
just
terrible.
did not feel like what the game deserved and what people had paid to see. And at least this gives them, you know, a real game ending. And it looks good. It was fun. I mean, I felt good about it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you know, if you consider them only in context with themselves, if you can like drink enough vodka before you get to the end so that you forget the Star Child exists, and then you just experience the ending, you do get like what they kept promising, which is closure. And closure was definitely missing from the game. So I admit that when I was especially watching like the synthesis ending and hearing Trisha Helfer's dulcet tones, monotonally.
Who does Edie, right?
She does Edie, yeah. She's monotonally giving us her emotional epiphany. I kind of, sort of, cynically got a little bit, you know, catch in the throat there. But no matter how touching the endings are, you still can't get around the fact that you either space raped everybody, or killed all of your friends, or turn into basically a benevolent dictator.
Yeah.
And the Star Child is still the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
right. There's
Yeah.
still a lot of issues, a lot of plot holes.
Yeah.
But they put it together. It's free.
And they funded it.
It's nice,
That's something
yeah.
that was
I
missing
mean,
from
like,
the last one.
Thank you for at least addressing our concerns.
One of my sorry.
Oh yeah, I was going to say the same thing. It is like good that they respond, that even if there's maybe a little begrudgingness in some of the tone, the dialogue at some points you can almost hear like Casey Hudson like as the Star Child is speaking, but it is nice that they actually produced it. You know, like I said a second ago, it was super cheap looking, and now it actually looks like they gave it a budget.
Yeah. One of my disappointments with the extended cut, and maybe this is just me having too high of, too much expectation for something like this, but when they go through the little slideshow of your choices, I was disappointed of the fact that it was a slideshow.
Yeah.
I it's the same thing with Fallout. I do all these choices. I saved the Krogan. I cured the genophage, and I expect to see something, a little scene, maybe even like 30 seconds, something play out of what the effect was of that decision.
Well, I feel like, and I'm not defending it because I'm kind of in your camp here, but I feel like in a sense it did give what the last endings had that was broken about them, I think, is that it was so abrupt. It wasn't just the abruptness, the fact that every ending seemed to end in some kind of a galactic holocaust. We all joked around about, the Turians and Quarians are going to starve, and then the Krogan's going to eat everybody else. And they're the only ones that could live long enough to actually make it back to their homeworld at conventional FTL speeds. So the endings as they exist now at least give a sense of a sort of possibilities, which I'm perfectly fine with. And as for the cutscene, or as for the stills, I think they look rather beautiful.
Yeah.
Even if London in the Destroy ending looks like it's somewhere on the North American coast. Maybe it's London, Canada. BioWare, could you clarify if it's London, Canada? Which I only know exists because of a comic strip. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I agree in this.
Well, thanks. I guess, is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yeah, well, we've been spending a lot of time talking about the one ending that got added.
Oh yeah, the
refusal
fuck you ending.
Yes, it's a little bit of a big middle finger. yeah, Ross and I have been spending the last couple days like just unpacking that, breaking it apart.
And just so people know, we should probably explain what that
right.
ending is. It basically in Mass Effect 3, you would have three endings, three choices of what you want to do. You would do, control the Reapers, destroy the Reapers, synthesize with the
with them.
Yeah, with them.
We're not. No one's really clear.
And those were your only choices. But people kind of complained that Shepard would have to choose one of those endings. So. So BioWare essentially added the option for Shepard to do nothing.
Right. Yeah.
Which
and
a lot of
specifically
people
to
ask
say,
for.
I reject your choice in so many ways.
Yeah. But it's not a very good ending.
No. Well,
things don't end well.
What's fun about it, in a way, is it makes sense. BioWare's like, no, these Reapers are going to murder you, and that's why you are here to begin with. So, to a degree, it makes sense. Like, yeah, you can reject those choices, but it's not going to work. Like, okay, fine. But at the same time, Shepard does sound like he's kind of whining. He sounds like he's throwing a bit of a temper tantrum. And the little kid is like, fine, everyone dies. And
you don't even get the courtesy of like a battle cutscene that shows everyone going down in a blaze of glory. It literally is just like, and then they die.
I wish
it reminds me of
like a sad trumpet. Like,
yeah, it really should happen.
It reminds me of one of those games where like you have an obvious yes or no answer in dialogue choice, and you say no. You're like, you can't say no. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then you say no again. Like, are you sure you want to say no? You say no again. Game over.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
it's like when what they added to the dialogue tree in the lead up to whatever option you end up choosing. It's like now you can say, I need details, and it just makes you sound like the whiniest little baby on there. At which point he starts to explain, and you can even now have Shepard go, I don't believe it. And the kid just goes, belief is not required. It's like, thanks, Mom. I get it.
It's
I pay
cool
taxes when I'm older.
It's cool in this sort of like meta video gaming way. Like somebody I follow on Twitter wrote a really cool blog thing that we're linking in our post where he's like, if you don't like the ending, you have the option to reject the ending within the ending. Like that's super, it's kind of mind blowing. And for video games in general, you really have, this is the most free will you've ever been given in Mass Effect and maybe in any game I've ever played. I've been hesitant to say that, but I feel like that might be the thing. Because you can literally say, I'm not going to play by your rules right now, and they're like, well, then the game ends. And you're like, yeah, but still
it's kind of cool that they offer that option.
Yeah, it's fascinating, Like, you really do. Mass Effect is all about choices that really are not really choices. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on. It's a game. It has to make sense long term. So a lot of the choices like saving the Arachni or the collector base, whether you choose to destroy it or not, those get sort of mellowed out over the course of the game because they need to make sense in the larger plot. Like, you can't write 7 games for everybody, which makes sense. But here's a choice where, for the first time, like, you really do make a choice, and there's one thing or another thing, like end the game or continue, and you never had that opportunity before.
There's something else to that too, which is that in the immediate aftermath of all the criticism of the original endings, you had a lot of people, defenders of BioWare, and people of BioWare themselves, sort of claiming artistic integrity as a reason why they wouldn't want to change this. We can agree or disagree, and I disagree on whether or not the endings as they originally existed were actually art. But I think with the refusal ending, you actually have BioWare making like an artistic statement, because it not only like allows you like to get a definitive statement from their point of view and like whether or not you really do feel the weight of like, okay, I just condemned everybody to death, and it hurts. But it's also done in such a way that feels like a big middle finger, that you're getting like keen insight into the way they felt going into working on this thing that they'll never admit in any of their like autobiographical material. It's just glorious when you experience it. I love a good troll, and I have to say, well played, BioWare.
It is. It's
well
good.
played.
So I guess we should probably wrap this up. Just maybe in 1 or 2 sentences, overall thoughts on Mass Effect 3 Extended Cut.
I liked it. They should have shipped it, and I think everybody would have really mellowed out if that had been the case. It's good. It's pretty, and I appreciate that it exists.
Same thing. I appreciate that it exists. It doesn't fix all the stuff that's horribly wrong with the actual content of the ending, but it barely saves replay value. I'll probably never play another Mass Effect game if they make another one in this universe, but I'm probably going to go back and start over on my Mass Effect 3 game again. So, thanks for making it, I guess, but a little too late.
And I would probably pretty much be the same thing. I think has there ever been an example of people in the world of video games of a developer redoing their ending because of
Fallout 3.
Fallout 3.
Not quite as extensive.
Broken Steel, right?
Right, yeah. Not quite as extensive.
And you
but
did have to pay for Broken Steel.
Right. So yeah, they definitely get a big high five from me for making it free.
Gardening going on.
Yeah.
And they incorporated so much that fans had specifically asked for that it's clear that there was like a sort of like begrudging and loving kind of thing. So you have to give them credit.
Yeah, so either way, whether you like it or you don't like it, I think you gotta give BioWare some credit for at least going through the effort of doing this.
Definitely.
And trying to appease
Right.
their fans.
And for a premium disc.
And yeah, and you know, they probably, you know, they probably would have really wanted to do something where they could have charged people, but
Right.
they didn't. So I
Yeah,
think that's
exactly.
it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching this episode of the
Thank you.
GameFront Update.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for Phil. Thank you for Russ. And thanks, James and Zach. You guys flip the camera around. Look at Zach. Ah, Zach's so happy.
We're outside.
Yourself now, okay, sir?
There you go.
Stop it!
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to
Like, I get pointed at?
Comment!
and subscribe.
Yeah, that's the spirit.